Hello friends, today we are going to discuss Education Regulations 1991. The Pharmacy Council of India make regulations which is known as Education Regulations 1991. It prescribes the minimum qualification for admission, nature and period of course, then nature and period of practical training to be undertaken after the completion of regular course, then subject of examination and standard attained, the equipment and facilities to be provided by the institution, then conditions to be fulfilled by institutions, conditions to be fulfilled by the authorities holding approved examinations. The next, the Central Council, before submitting the education regulation or any amendment, the case may be to the central government for approval, sends copies of draft of ER, that is education regulation, and all subsequent amendments to all state governments, and takes into consideration the comments of any state government received within 3 months from the furnishing of the copies by Central Council. The education regulation then is published in official gazette by central government as directed by the Central Council. Next, the application of education regulations to state. After constitution of the State Council under Chapter 3 and after consultation with the State Council, the state government may at any time by sending the notification in official gazette declare that ER shall take effect in the state. If however no such declaration has been made, the ER shall take effect in the each state after 3 years from the date of constitution of the State Council. Then PharmD regulations. PharmD regulations. PharmD, that is Doctor of Pharmacy, qualification is considered for the purpose of registration as a pharmacist to practice the profession under the Pharmacy Act. There are two types of PharmD programs. First one is the PharmD, then PharmD post-bachelorate. Duration of course in PharmD, the course is full time of 6 academic years. 5 years in that, 5 years of study and 1 year of internship. Each academic year shall spread over a period of not less than 200 working days. 6 academic year duration is divided into 2 phases, phase 1 and phase 2. Phase 1 consists of first, second, third, fourth and fifth academic years, and phase 2 consists of internship or residency training during 6th year involving posting in specialty units in hospitals. The next, PharmD. This course is full time of 3 academic years, 2 years of study and 1 year of internship. Each academic year shall spread over a period of not less than 200 working days. It is divided into 2 phases, phase 1, phase 2. In phase 1, it consists of first and second academic years, and phase 2 consists of internship. Next, qualification for admission. For PharmD course, 10+2 examination with physics, chemistry as a compulsory subject with mathematics or biology. Then D.Pharm from PCI approved institution under section 12 of the Pharmacy Act or any other qualification approved by PCI as equivalent to any of the above examinations. Then PharmD post bachelorate, that is B.Pharm pass from PCI approved institution under the section 12 of the Pharmacy Act. Reservations, there shall be reservation for ST, SC, ST, OBC candidate as per the directions of the central government or state government. Then number of seats, PCI shall prescribe the number of seats to be filled from time to time. Presently, it is 30 for Farm D and 10 for Farm D post-bachelorate. Then permission, PCI approved institution under Section 12 of the Pharmacy Act running B Farm, they can conduct this course. Course will only be permitted to run Farm D program and institutions running Farm D. Courses will only be permitted to run Farm D post-bachelorate program with prior approval from PCI. It is very mandatory. The next difference between the State Pharmacy Council and Joint State Pharmacy Council. In State Pharmacy Council, there are 6 members elected from among themselves by registered pharmacists of the state. In Joint State Pharmacy Council, not less than 3 members and not more than 5 members, as the agreement shall provide, elected from among themselves by the registered pharmacist of each of the participating states. Then next, 5 members of whom at least 3 shall be persons possessing prescribed degree or diploma in pharmacy or pharmaceutical chemistry or registered pharmacists. In Joint State Pharmacy Council, not less than 2 members and not more than 4 members, as the agreement shall provide, nominated by each participating state government. Then next, 1 member elected from amongst themselves by the members of each medical council or the Council of Medical Registration of the state. Here, 1 member elected from amongst themselves by the members of each medical council. Then ex officio members. Here, the Chief Administrative Medical Officer of the state. Then the officer in charge of the Drug Control Organization of the state. And last, the government analyst. These 3 members are ex officio members of State Pharmacy Council. Here, ex officio members of Joint State Pharmacy Council. First, the Chief Administration Medical Officer of each participating state. Then officer in charge of Drug Control Organization of each state. And last, the government analyst. These are the differentiation of State Pharmacy Council and Joint State Pharmacy Councils. Next, terms of office and casual vacancies. Nominated or elected member hold office for a term of 5 years. Then nominated a member at any time resigns his membership by writing to the president, and such seat thereupon become vacant. If any member is absent without excuse sufficient in the opinion of the State Council for 3 consecutive meetings of the State Council, he shall be deemed to have vacated his seat. If any member is absent for 3 consecutive meetings, then it is considered or he shall be deemed to have vacated his seat. Then the member who is elected from among themselves, either by the registered pharmacist or members of medical council or Council of Medical Registration of the state, maybe shall have to vacate his seat as a member of State Council if he ceases to be registered pharmacist or member of Medical Council or Council of Medical Registration of the state, as the case may be. Then a casual vacancy in the State Council filled by fresh nomination or election, as the case may be. The persons nominated or elected to fill such vacancy holds office only for the remainder of the term. Then member of the State Council can be eligible for renomination and re-election. Next, staff remuneration and allowances. Appoint registrar who also act as a secretary and treasurer of the State Council for a period of 4 years. Their registrar is appointed by state government. Appointment of such other officers and servants may be required to enable State Council to carry out its functions. Fix the remuneration and allowances to be paid to the president, vice president, and other members of that council. Fix the pay and allowances and other conditions of service of officers and servants of that council. Next, the inspector. A state council with previous sanction of the state government may appoint sufficient number of inspectors having prescribed qualification. Then power of inspector: inspect any premises where drugs are compounded or dispensed. Inquire whether a person who is engaged in the compounding or dispensing of drugs is a registered pharmacist or not. Inspect any complaint made in writing. Then institution prosecution under the order of executive committee. Then exercise such other power as may be necessary to give effect to some provisions of Act. Thank you.